In the bustling lobby of the opulent Sterling Heights Hotel in Manhattan, Sebastian Harlan adjusted his simple black shirt, blending seamlessly with the staff as he oversaw the evening gala. A wealthy guest, impeccably dressed in a tailored tuxedo, snapped his fingers at him impatiently. "Boy, fetch me a scotch on the rocks. Make it quick, or I'll have your job," the man barked, his voice laced with disdain that cut deeper than Sebastian expected. Sebastian froze for a split second, his mind racing. Why does this keep happening? Is it the way I look, unassuming and without the flash of wealth? Or is it something more insidious, a subtle judgment on who I am? He swallowed the urge to correct the man immediately, opting instead to nod politely and head toward the bar. As he poured the drink himself. After all, he owned the place. He felt a familiar pang of resentment bubbling up, memories of past slights flooding his thoughts. Handing the glass back with a forced smile, Sebastian watched the guest's eyes narrow. "You look familiar. Aren't you one of those types? Keep your distance." The words stung like a slap, echoing the prejudices Sebastian had fought his entire life. Growing up in a conservative suburb outside Chicago, he'd hidden his sexuality for years, fearing rejection from his family. Now, at 35, successful and openly gay, he still encountered these barriers in the world of high society. His partner, Jamie, a talented painter whose works adorned the hotel's walls, had warned him about tonight's crowd. "They're old money, Sebastian. They see what they want to see." Jamie's voice replayed in his head as Sebastian moved through the room, his heart heavy with unspoken anger. If only they knew. But revealing it now feels like giving in to their game. Let them stew in their ignorance a bit longer. As the evening progressed, Sebastian overheard snippets of conversation that twisted his gut. A group of investors, including the rude guest, Mr. Thornton, as he later learned, discussed business deals with a casual homophobia that made Sebastian's blood boil. "Can't trust those flamboyant types in leadership," one said, laughing. Sebastian's fists clenched at his sides. "Flamboyant? I'm standing right here, running this empire they've chosen for their event." He retreated to his office briefly, staring at the photo of him and Jamie on the desk, taken during their trip to Provincetown last summer. Their arms around each other, smiles genuine and free. Why can't the world see us like that? Why must every interaction be a battle? The doubt crept in. Maybe he should have dressed more ostentatiously, worn the Rolex or the designer suit to signal his status. But that wasn't him. Sebastian prided himself on humility, on earning respect through actions, not appearances. Back in the lobby, he spotted Jamie arriving, his curly hair tousled from the wind, carrying a sketch pad under his arm. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the chaos faded. Jamie approached, leaning in for a quick kiss on the cheek. "Rough night," he whispered. Sebastian nodded, his voice low. "You have no idea. That Thornton guy thinks I'm the help." Jamie's eyes flashed with protective anger. "Want me to set him straight?" Sebastian shook his head. "Not yet. Let's see how far this goes." It was a decision born from years of navigating prejudice. Sometimes, letting people expose their true colors was more powerful than confrontation. As the gala hit its stride, Sebastian continued to play the role inadvertently assigned to him, serving drinks and clearing plates when staff were overwhelmed. Each interaction chipped away at his composure. Am I masochistic for doing this? Or is it strategy gathering ammunition for when I drop the bomb? A young waiter, Miguel, pulled him aside. "Mr. Harlan, why are you letting them treat you like this?" "Because sometimes, the best way to fight is to let them dig their own grave," Sebastian replied, his tone steady but his mind swirling with conflict. Deep down, he questioned if this approach was cowardice or cleverness. The night was young, and the revelations were just beginning. Thornton approached again, this time with a woman on his arm, his wife, perhaps. "You, waiter, our table needs attention. And tell your boss this place could use some class." Sebastian bit his tongue, the irony almost laughable. "My place lacks class? I've poured my soul into every detail." He complied, all while plotting the moment of truth. By midnight, the event was winding down, but the tension in Sebastian's chest was building. Jamie stayed close, offering silent support. "You're stronger than this," he murmured. Sebastian squeezed his hand. "Am I? Or am I just tired of proving myself?" The first cracks in his facade were showing, setting the stage for the drama to unfold. The following morning, sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows of Sebastian's penthouse suite atop the Sterling Heights. He paced the room, replaying the previous night's humiliations in his mind. Why didn't I speak up? Was it pride or fear of making a scene? Jamie stirred in bed, his voice groggy. "Come back to sleep, love. It's over." But it wasn't. Sebastian knew the gala's aftermath would linger, especially with Thornton and his entourage booked for the week. As owner, he had access to guest records. Thornton was here for a major real estate conference, schmoozing potential partners. If only they knew the waiter they dismissed holds the keys to this kingdom. Descending to the lobby, Sebastian donned his usual understated attire, deliberately avoiding anything that screamed authority. He wanted to observe, to let the prejudices surface unchecked. At the breakfast buffet, Thornton waved him over. "Coffee, black. And hurry. I've got meetings." Sebastian poured it himself, his hands steady despite the rage simmering inside. "This man sees me as beneath him, not just in status but in humanity. Because of who I love?" Handing over the cup, he caught Thornton's sneer. "You people are everywhere these days. Just do your job quietly." The words hit like a gut punch. "You people?" Sebastian's mind flashed to his coming out at 22. The family dinner where his father had walked out, never to return. The pain of rejection had forged him, but it still ached. He forced a neutral expression, retreating to the front desk where his manager, Elena, eyed him curiously. "Sir, why are you playing along?" "To expose the rot," he whispered, but inwardly doubt gnawed. Is this exposure or self-torture? Am I sacrificing my dignity for a point? Jamie joined him later, frustration evident. "Sebastian, this isn't healthy. You're the boss. Act like it." Their argument in the back office escalated, voices hushed but intense. "I need to do this my way," Sebastian insisted. Confronting them head-on changes nothing. They need to feel the shame. Jamie's eyes softened with concern. "But at what cost to you? I see the toll it's taking." Sebastian pulled him close, the embrace a momentary anchor. "He's right, but backing down now feels like defeat." The conflict tore at him, pitting his love for Jamie against his need for justice. Midday, Thornton hosted a private lunch in the conference room. Sebastian, posing as staff, served the group. Overheard conversations revealed more. Plans to buy out local businesses, displacing communities, including a gay-friendly neighborhood Sebastian cherished. "Those areas are ripe for redevelopment," Thornton boasted. "Clean them up. Get rid of the riffraff." Sebastian's heart pounded. "Riffraff? That's my community, my home." The urge to reveal himself surged, but he held back, gathering details. Later, alone, he confided in Jamie via text. "This is bigger than last night. They're targeting our world." Jamie's response: "Then fight back properly." "Not like this." Sebastian stared at his phone, torn. Am I a fool for this charade? Or a strategist? The emotional weight pressed heavier, each moment amplifying his inner turmoil. By evening, a cocktail reception brought more guests, including a prominent senator known for anti-LGBT rhetoric. Thornton introduced him proudly. Sebastian, circulating with trays, felt invisible yet hypervisible. "A spill? Accidental?" led Thornton to snap. "Clumsy idiot. Clean it up." Kneeling to wipe the floor, Sebastian's mind screamed. "This is humiliating. Why am I allowing it? For proof?" Rising, he met Jamie's gaze across the room, filled with pain. Their unspoken connection fueled his resolve, but the cracks deepened. As night fell, Sebastian retreated to the rooftop garden, Jamie following. "I can't watch this anymore," Jamie said, voice breaking. "You're breaking yourself." Sebastian's tears came unbidden. Is love enough to endure this? Or must I choose between dignity and strategy? The drama intensified, emotions raw and unresolved. Sleep eluded Sebastian that night, his mind a whirlwind of self-doubt and simmering fury. How much longer can I pretend? Each insult chips away at my soul, reminding me of every battle I fought to get here. Jamie lay beside him, restless, their usual intimacy strained by the unspoken tension. "Talk to me," Jamie urged softly. "I feel like a fraud," Sebastian confessed, voice cracking. "Owning this hotel was supposed to be my victory, proof that I belong. But they still see me as less." Jamie's hand found his, a lifeline in the darkness. "He deserves better than this version of me, broken and hesitant." The next day brought escalation. Thornton requested a private meeting with the hotel owner to discuss potential investments. Elena informed Sebastian, her eyes pleading. "This is your chance, sir." But Sebastian hesitated. "Reveal now and it's over. But the impact, it needs to be bigger." Instead, he arranged for a stand-in, his trusted VP, straight and polished, to handle the initial talk. Watching from a hidden camera feed, Sebastian's stomach churned as Thornton spewed veiled bigotry. "Make sure the staff is appropriate. No distractions." Distractions? Like me? The words ignited a firestorm within. Sebastian's thoughts raced. Memories of high school bullying, the job rejections after coming out, the constant vigilance. "I've built an empire despite it all. Why hide now?" Jamie confronted him later, anger boiling over. "This charade is destroying us. You're not just fighting them. You're fighting yourself." Their argument echoed in the suite, words sharp as knives. "I need you to understand," Sebastian pleaded. "This is for all of us who've been dismissed. But I'm losing you in the process." Jamie shot back, tears streaming. Sebastian's heart shattered. "Is my quest for justice worth risking the one person who sees me truly?" The emotional chasm widened, doubt festering like an open wound. Afternoon brought a press event in the ballroom. Thornton, center stage, praised the hotel while subtly undermining its diverse staff. Sebastian, mingling as help, overheard a reporter question Thornton's views on equality. "Business is business," he dismissed. "Hypocrite. You're standing in my domain." The breaking point neared when Thornton cornered a young gay staff member, berating him for a minor error with homophobic undertones. Sebastian intervened subtly, but inside, rage consumed him. "How many more must suffer before I act? Am I complicit in my silence?" Evening cocktails amplified the drama. Jamie, fed up, threatened to leave. "I can't support this anymore. It's tearing me apart." Sebastian's plea was desperate. "Just a little longer, please." Their embrace was fraught with pain, love clashing against principle. Alone later, Sebastian stared at his reflection. Who am I becoming? A martyr or a coward? The inner conflict peaked, emotions rawer than ever, pushing him toward an inevitable confrontation. As the conference climax approached, whispers of Thornton's shady deals surfaced, evictions targeting LGBTQ+ spaces. Sebastian's resolve hardened. But at what personal cost? "Victory feels hollow if it costs me, Jamie." The night ended in tears, the weight of choices crushing. Dawn broke with Sebastian alone in the suite, Jamie having stormed out after their fiercest argument yet. "I pushed him away, all for this twisted game. Was it worth it?" The emptiness gnawed, amplifying every regret. He scrolled through old photos, happy times, unburdened by society's gaze. "We were free once. Can we be again?" Descending to the lobby, resolve mixed with despair. Thornton's group buzzed with excitement for the final banquet. Sebastian, still undercover, served breakfast, each interaction a dagger. A colleague whispered, "Rumors are spreading. People suspect something." Good. Let the tension build. But inwardly, panic rose. What if the reveal backfires? What if they turn it against me? Years of internalized shame resurfaced, questioning his worth. Am I enough without the title? Does my love for Jamie define me, or my success? Mid-morning, Jamie returned, eyes red-rimmed. "I can't leave you like this." Their reconciliation was tentative, charged with emotion. "Promise me it'll end tonight," Jamie demanded. Sebastian nodded, heart aching. I owe him that, but the fear is paralyzing. The banquet setup intensified the drama. Thornton requested special arrangements, treating Sebastian like dirt. You there. Ensure everything's perfect or heads will roll. Sebastian's mind screamed. My head? This is my castle. The humiliation peaked, tears threatening. Over lunch, overheard plans to lobby against gay rights bills twisted the knife. They're not just ignorant, they're destructive. Sebastian's fury boiled, clashing with self-doubt. Confront now, or wait for maximum impact. The wait is killing me. Jamie pulled him aside, voice trembling. I see your pain. Let me help. Their moment of vulnerability deepened the bond, but the strain lingered. Love shouldn't hurt this much. Is this the price of authenticity? Afternoon sessions brought allies. Guests who whispered support, sensing the undercurrents. One, a fellow entrepreneur, confided, I've been where you are. Don't let them win. Sebastian's resolve strengthened, but emotions overwhelmed. Gratitude mixes with sorrow. Why must we fight so hard? As evening fell, the banquet commenced. Thornton toasted the absent owner, praising the venue while mocking the staff. Sebastian, tray in hand, felt the room spin. This is it, the moment of truth. His heart pounded, inner monologue a torrent. Fear or freedom? Hide or shine? Jamie stood nearby, his presence a beacon. Their eyes locked, conveying unspoken love amid chaos. For him, I'll do this. The emotional crescendo built, tears and triumph intertwining. When Thornton called for the owner to appear, Sebastian stepped forward, voice steady despite the storm inside. I'm right here, gasps echoed. Thornton's face paled. You? The waiter? Yes, Sebastian declared. And this hotel is mine. The reveal unleashed pandemonium. Apologies, accusations, defenses. Thornton's empire crumbled as truth surfaced. But in Sebastian's mind, victory was bittersweet. Did I win, or just survive? Jamie embraced him amid the chaos, whispering, I'm proud. Yet the toll lingered, emotions raw and exposed. The aftermath of the reveal rippled through the Sterling Heights like a shockwave, leaving Sebastian adrift in a sea of conflicting emotions. Triumph tastes like ash when flavored with loss. Reporters swarmed, turning his personal stand into a public spectacle. Thornton's hasty exit, muttering denials, offered little satisfaction. Alone in his office, Sebastian replayed the scene. The stunned silence, the whispers turning to outrage. I exposed them, but at what cost to my soul? Jamie entered, his touch grounding. You did it. It's over. But was it? The inner wounds festered, years of suppression erupting. I feel exposed, vulnerable, Sebastian admitted, voice breaking. Jamie held him, their closeness a salve. Love heals, but scars remain. Can we move forward? The next days brought fallout. Supportive messages flooded in, but so did hate mail. Thornton's connections launched smears, questioning Sebastian's legitimacy. They attack because I dared to rise. Doubt crept. Was the charade wise or reckless? Did I invite this pain? Jamie stood firm, their bond tested yet unbreakable. We're in this together, he vowed. Arguments flared about risks, about future choices, but resolved in deeper understanding. He sees my fractures and loves me still. That's worth everything. A family call shattered the fragile peace. His estranged father, hearing the news, reached out hesitantly. Son, I was wrong. Tears flowed as old pains surfaced. Reconciliation, or too late. Sebastian's heart ached with forgiveness and resentment intertwined. Society's mirror reflected harshly. Debates raged online, some praising his courage, others decrying the deception. Am I a hero or a manipulator? The line blurs in my mind. Jamie's encouragement anchored him. You sparked change. That's real. Yet nights brought nightmares, reliving humiliations, questioning paths not taken. If I'd revealed sooner, would Jamie and I be unscathed? Or weaker? The emotional depth plunged further, each reflection a dagger. At a quiet dinner, Jamie proposed, "Let's renew our vows privately. Reclaim us." Sebastian's yes was tearful, hope flickering. Amid chaos, love endures. But uncertainties loomed. Business repercussions, personal tolls. As weeks passed, the hotel thrived, drawing allies. Sebastian advocated publicly, his voice stronger yet scarred. "I've changed, but the battles continue." Jamie's art captured their journey, raw, emotional canvases. In the end, standing on the rooftop where it all intensified, Sebastian pondered. Was enduring the pain justified for the greater good? Or should personal peace prevail? The story leaves one lingering question. Was Sebastian's decision to maintain the charade until the dramatic reveal ultimately right or wrong?